Welcome to the Lure of Temptation. Each story is a personal encounter with weakness, through which each person will rise up to escape the traps of temptation around. And today we come to the topic, how long before you lose everything to gambling? He only wanted to double his paycheck, but ended up losing everything in a single weekend. Could this happen to you too? Gambling doesn't steal your money first. It steals your time, your trust, and your peace of mind. How long does it take to lose everything? The answer may shock you more than the odds ever will. Gambling can start innocently enough. A bet with friends, a scratch-off ticket, or a first trip to the casino. For many people, it's a passing thrill, a way to add excitement to a night out, or a casual hobby kept well within personal limits. But for others, the journey from harmless fun to devastating loss can be both rapid and ruthless, and it often happens without warning. To understand how long it takes to lose everything to gambling, it's essential to look beneath the surface of the pastime and examine what truly happens when the stakes become too high, not only financially, but also emotionally, mentally, and socially. The path to ruin isn't defined by a specific timeline or a set number of bets. Instead, it's shaped by a combination of frequency, intensity, access, and individual vulnerabilities. By exploring these elements, we can gain clarity on just how quickly gambling can unravel a person's life. For some, the slide into financial distress happens in a matter of days or weeks. Consider the high roller lured by the intoxicating atmosphere of the casino. Perhaps they start with a single night of luck, a big win that feels almost preordained. As adrenaline surges, boundaries blur. The next night, buoyed by confidence, they return. Soon, chasing that initial victory becomes an obsession. As losses begin to mount, the urge to win back what's lost intensifies. Large sums dwindle quickly when bets increase in size and frequency. For those with access to substantial funds, it's entirely possible to gamble away a savings account or an entire paycheck in a single sitting. Yet for most people, the erosion is more gradual. It begins with a creeping frequency. Occasional wagers become weekly rituals. Budgets that once were devoted to bills and essentials are redirected to cover the quick game or the can't-miss event. Credit cards emerge as a backup, rationalized with the promise that a turnaround is just around the corner. Debts accumulate, interest compounds, and the prospect of financial recovery grows ever more distant. The timeline from harmless gambling to losing everything is as individual as it is unpredictable. Researchers and addiction specialists have studied the patterns. While some estimates suggest it may take several months or years for a problem gambler to experience total meltdown, others have documented catastrophic losses occurring within a few days or weeks. Especially in the age of online betting where access is instant and continuous. The speed of loss hinges on how much a person is capable of wagering and how deeply the behavior is intertwined with their emotions. Complicating this timeline is the psychology of gambling itself. As losses mount, the urge to chase after them becomes stronger. Chasing is the act of making riskier bets with the hope of recouping previous losses. It's a vicious cycle. One loss leads to a desperate attempt to recover, leading to yet another loss. The gambler begins to operate in a fog of stress and anxiety, where logic is replaced by compulsion. Sleep suffers, relationships strain, and a sense of isolation deepens. Monetary loss is only part of what one stands to lose. As gambling tightens its grip, it can claim time, trust, and self-worth. Working hours are lost. Concentration at school or the office diminishes, and performance suffers. A gambler may lie to loved ones, conceal secret debts, or borrow from friends and family under false pretenses. Each deception erodes trust, pushing support systems further away just when they are needed most. Social loss can occur with remarkable speed. A person who was once sociable and engaged may withdraw from family gatherings and decline invitations, consumed by the world of bets, odds, and outcomes. These changes can be subtle at first, but over a span of months, even the most robust relationships can fray. Family members may not notice in the early stages. Gamblers often go to great lengths to hide the truth, but eventually the evidence mounts. Missed payments, unaccounted absences, a general sense that something is amiss. Mental and emotional loss follows closely. Shame and guilt are constant companions to the problem gambler. Anxiety about debts, despair about broken promises, fear of being discovered, they all pile up. As the situation worsens, depression can set in, chipping away at self-esteem and motivation. In severe cases, hopelessness and thoughts of self-harm may emerge. Professional consequences are another casualty. As gambling escalates, some people resort to risky behaviors at work, embezzling company funds, misusing workplace accounts, or falsifying records in the desperate bid for more money to wager. If discovered, the result may be immediate termination, the loss of a professional license, and the derailment of a career that took years to build, all undone in a matter of months. In the digital age, the pace of destruction can be even faster than before. Online gambling sites and mobile apps are accessible around the clock, eliminating travel time and social scrutiny. Credit card deposits make large sums of money disappear in the space of minutes. For the vulnerable, what used to take months can now happen in mere days. There is no universal answer to the question of how long it takes to lose everything to gambling. Some lose their savings in a whirlwind weekend. For others, the decline plays out over months or years, hidden from view. Key to remember is that the losses are rarely confined to money. Dignity, trust, stability, and even hope can be drained away, one wager at a time. Not everyone who gambles will face this fate. Many people set limits, gamble recreationally, and walk away before the damage is done. But for those who are susceptible, due to genetics, personal circumstances, past trauma, or mental health vulnerabilities, the descent can be shockingly swift. Warning signs often go unnoticed, or are minimized until the consequences become inescapable. The belief that "it can't happen to me" is perhaps the most dangerous illusion of all. Prevention and awareness are crucial. Recognizing risky behaviors and seeking help early can make all the difference. Take note if gambling is becoming the main focus of your free time, if bets are getting bigger, or if honesty about losses is slipping away. If bills are left unpaid, if secrecy is growing, or if you find yourself needing to gamble for relief from anxiety or stress, these are signals to pause, reflect, and reach out for support. For those who have already lost much, it is never too late to change course. Many have stopped, found support in therapy or peer groups, and rebuilt their lives, even after reaching what felt like rock bottom. The journey back can be long and difficult, but recovery is possible. So how long before you lose everything to gambling? The frightening truth is that it can be agonizingly slow or heartbreakingly fast. Loss does not always announce itself with a dramatic gesture. More often it happens quietly, bet by bet, day by day, until a threshold is crossed and there is no easy way back. The best protection is awareness of your motives, your limits, and your well-being. Be vigilant, stay informed, and seek help when warning signs appear. The sooner you act, the greater your chance of holding on to what matters most. Thanks for listening to my stories on the lure of temptation. If we share real stories and deep insights into the traps of gambling, and more importantly, the path out. If this story resonates with you or someone you care about, don't just scroll away. Like, subscribe, and join our journey toward awareness, strength, and freedom. Remember, losing everything starts with a single bet, but recovery begins with a single choice. You're not alone. Let's walk out of the darkness together.